Like we had Rod Moore show up to have an opponent. The opponent, there was some issues with the opponent not being here. So Zane Sanchez, who had a previous match in the gi, is stepping in for some additional work.
Yeah, you're happy to see it. Glad because Rod drove all the way out here. Ended up, thought he was up, about to walk out, and realized he didn't have a match. So kudos for Zane for stepping up and taking the match for him.
Rod, another guy on the amateur MMA local scene, I've actually fought on the same card as him multiple times for peak fighting. And we're getting after it. Rod, an MMA fighter, Zane, a jiu-jitsu player. Probably see more of the expectation of Rod to be the more aggressive person here. Kind of feeling each other out here, exchanging some hand fighting, some collar ties.
Yeah, Zane tried to pop that arm over.
Zane feinted the guard pull there. Rod pretty solid in his stance.
Yeah, both these guys being a little timid, don't want to give up any position right now.
Both of these guys, like Tiflo said, not being very aggressive here.
Yeah,
Working on some hand fighting, some inside position.
Still trying to fill each other out, it looks like. It's like Rod's got almost, he had kind of like that tie clinch on him. He shoots under, nice takedown by Rod.
Shoot.
Zane tried to.
Attempted sweep there, ends up pulling him to his guard. Zane has that bottom arm trapped, so look for potential transitions here to arm bars or triangles. Rod wants to make sure that he controls that arm and doesn't and pulls it out when he wants to, and not when Zane wants to. But he's got a good. I think he's over that one knee into half guard here.
Yeah,
Zane has a good cross face on him, or just a light cross face there, trying to work that transition. Rod looks like he's shooting for that arm triangle. Zane locks in his frames, pushing against his face. Looks like he has a lockdown on the leg as well, trying to keeping him pulling him away to avoid that tension, that pressure from that shoulder down onto his neck.
Rod almost got that elbow across for the arm triangle.
Yeah, and he looks like he's really driving for that as well. Zane fighting the hips and that leg. It looks like he still has that back leg locked down, so it's going to be pretty hard for Rod to transition until he gets that leg free. Looks like he's getting his other leg involved so they can start to work that free. Now Rod has the two-on-one control bottom leg. Zane hops into his pro guard here. Got one butterfly in and he's looking to get the other one in. Now recovering guard, controlling that bottom arm. Working to keep his posture down. Rod pressuring in with his head into Zane's chin. Quick reset, put him in the middle. Pull him back into guard here.
They're just almost halfway through.
Rod needs to be careful that bottom arm being on the mat, and Zane having that overhooked. I'll probably look to transition to so what he's doing there is foot on the hip, try to get either an arm lock or maybe work to something high guard-wise, triangle, to allow him to transition to a better position here.
Yeah, Rod being the MMA fighter, he's probably in a pretty comfortable position right here.
Yeah, I mean, when you're usually in this position, you can punch people in the face. So.
Yeah, you're definitely a winning position. It looks like he's probably just going to want to stay on top, go for some more safer submissions from the top.
If he starts to control both his biceps like we've seen in previous matches, start to work up, maybe get slide his knee into the back of the thigh of Zane and then start to work that guard break and work around the legs. they're pretty much in a stalemated position here. Top guard, bottom guard.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he's just waiting for Zane to open his guard before he makes
Yeah.
his move.
This is what Zane wants. If he's the guard player, he wants to be the one making the shots or calling the shots in terms of when he opens his guard, because it's usually leading to an attack. If Zane chooses to, he could probably hip, bump up, and roll, end up in mount. Maybe open his guard, push against the hips.
He's slowly sliding over, maybe for an armbar. Just biting that heel down on his back.
Really just keeping the head down to Rod Moore so that he can start to work his transition from there. Now he's opening his guard a little bit more, ending up in a higher guard position. He has Rod a little bit lower into his guard. Should allow him to mount some additional attacks here. 2 minutes left in this match.
Zane opens his guard, almost shoots for a triangle, and they stand back up.
Back into a standing position and see if one of them is a little bit more aggressive here, if they choose to continue a little bit more of what they were doing earlier. Again, guys, you can catch the replay on clearlifemedia.com if you want to rewatch some of these matches from earlier today. Some of the awesome slams and submissions that we saw.
Yeah, Zane had a slick one earlier. He put his opponent out cold with that reverse triangle.
Yeah. It was in the gi, so we could see Zane in the gi and in no gi. Got 4 more matches, or 5 more matches after this. Double underhooks. Ends up in that same position. 1 minute left into the match. Back into this bottom guard, top.
Got right about 45 seconds left. They got to go for it now if they want to win.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it multiple times tonight where people are getting submissions in the last 3 seconds. I think we saw it twice.
Yeah, no, it's definitely exciting.
30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds left. Let's see if anyone goes for
that.
it.
30 seconds left. See if we get some action or if they're both okay with this going to a draw.
Yep, Zane's going for that Kimura.
That Kimura bump, and looks he can bump and get. And we have 10 seconds left. It looks like we're going to not advance position here. Maybe a quick scramble. 3 seconds, 1 second. And that's time of the match. We're going to pass it over to Flo for the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a draw.